Okay, so let's take a look at 3 of the most common promotions coming today from the financial world that are based on the fear of the future. Besides gold, here's just a few things that are coming to bear that I hear from time to time from prospects who are concerned about the future. Number 1, this idea that taxes will go up in the future. Number 2, the second thing I see is to beat inflation, well, now you're going to have to invest even more in the stock market. And number 3, annuities. Again, I love annuities, but annuities are the best form of protection for retirement income. So what I thought I would do is let's just go through these one by one and take a look at them. So let's talk about number 1, this idea of tax bracket creep and the taxes going up in the future. Now, where a lot of this stems is in 2025, the current tax laws are set to expire. And while nobody knows what's going to happen in the future, the pitch out there is taxes will go up in 2025. Well, nobody knows that for sure. It could happen, certainly. But what's happening now is people are suggesting Roth conversions. We'll talk about tax-free retirement using life insurance in a minute. All kinds of stuff that are prompting people to make some pretty serious decisions that you can't go back on. So what is tax bracket creep? Well, currently these are the tax laws. The maximum rate is 37%. We have a few people that hit that, but very few people hit that. So the notion is, what if these rates continue to go up, or maybe these income amounts, they lower those, in other words, trying to throw people into higher tax brackets. It could happen, folks, but be very careful on making rash decisions because someone is telling you that taxes will go up in the future. Incidentally, speaking of life insurance, put this up full screen here. And there's a book I read years ago. In fact, I even interviewed this gentleman and studied under him. His name is Nelson Nash. Mr. Nash created a concept called becoming your own banker, which is legitimate, folks. Don't get me wrong. But becoming your own banker uses a concept of whole life insurance, which I've got plenty of that, and how to use that on a tax-free basis. And while it is possible, listen closely, to use whole life insurance on a tax-free basis, there's some huge dangers in doing so. The way you do it is either through loans or doing something called surrendering paid-up additions. But the problem is it's gone one step further than Mr. Nash's book, which to me set out the details very well. Here's the latest book that came out following that. This is a gentleman by the name of Patrick Kelly called TaxFree Retirement. Many more books have been written on this. Now, these books are stressing that you use something called Index Universal Life, a product that has not been around that long, and again assumes that if you borrow that money back out, you can use it tax-free, which is true. But here is the problem. People are coming to me with illustrations. They're talking about all this tax-free retirement income, and the illustrations are being run at 7, 8, 9% growth rates. Folks, you can't do that. You cannot assume that rate of return because it's not guaranteed. So if you've fallen victim to one of these and you've got a universal life policy illustration, have them run the tax-free retirement illustration based on a growth rate of 2 or 3% to make sure that thing holds up. I bet it won't, so be careful on that one. The next situation is the 3 halves of life. Folks, you've got to understand something. Nobody can control inflation, and to take more risk with your money for inflation, to me, makes no sense whatsoever. As someone who has met with over 15,000 savers and who has lots of clients over the age of 55, 65 years of age, this is what I remind them of. The way most people beat inflation as they get older, yes, the money supply might be going down, which is what you want if you're following the live well, die broke philosophy, is you're going to start spending less as you get older. I had 2 folks in my office just yesterday who both lost their husbands. They've already told me they can see that they're going to be spending less money, less travel, less out to eat. So you fight inflation through old age by spending less money. And then finally, one of my favorite products out there, annuities. This is the problem. Now, folks, while I'm not opposed to bonus annuities and we use them in some cases, these things are being sold like the gold rush of the 1800s. And many of you are buying these products. You have no clue how these products work. The people pitching the products are catching your attention with the bonus, and you have no idea what that bonus really entails. Remember, the insurance companies offering annuities are not giving away free money. That bonus will affect the contract in different ways, and you better be careful before you buy a bonus. In fact, what I would say is order this book that I wrote called Annuities Made Easy. It's going to ferret out all this stuff for you so you can see the pros and cons of annuities. And then before ever purchasing an annuity, please see us for a second opinion.
Thanks for watching. We hope you enjoyed that video. If you'd like, check out these other clips. And be sure to hit that like button and that subscribe button for more videos.